All right, guys. Highlight for Thursday, July 19th, 18th. Moving through the week. Two things I'm going to show everyone. After the open, I had a great trade, and it wasn't a big winner. It was getting the hell out of a bearish bias before the roof came off. Let me show you. So back in here, the market had a chance to bust out and break down to the overnight lows in the mid 70s. There was a good chance of it happening. But that good chance zipped right away when it started to come back across the middle. That's why consolidation boxes, to draw them and to understand them, are important, because when it starts to get through the middle and what we had as the open and the VWAP at this time, you can't stay short in here, because this is good chance of that happening. So if I were to draw this and you see the market maybe going to bust out to the downside after the open, there was a chance of it doing it. When it comes back like that, cut your loser or scratch it if you had a good location. There were some buyers that were stuck. I'm not going to show on a replay. Buyers were stuck to create a good location to get short, but then didn't follow through, and instead of still being short, falling in love with the trade, you're out. It's over with. Trades are stupid. Do not fall in love with your trade. It means you're holding on to stuff too long. I hate to say this or use this analogy, but you're not supposed to. You marry people, not trades. Okay? Throw their phone number away after you went out with them. Throw the number away, their phone number. You don't want to see them anymore. I got to make that a kind of an edgy analogy so it sticks. Throw their phone number away. Move again. Move away. All right, so the next one we had, this was already good resistance that had worked as the overnight high. And I told people here in the room, we're coiling so much below it, don't think this is going to work as resistance. 90 is the next stop. And 90s worked good, but how do you get short? You can't just lay an offer up there. Chances are you're not going to get it filled. You never could just sell resistance, buy support, by laying bids and offers and think life is good. Got to qualify it. That's the skill that separates consistent, profitable traders from people who are just frustrated. So on another chart, it shows kind of what I'm looking for to qualify a short, and that is buying coming in and it can't go up. Not selling where it in resistance, buying in resistance. These greens in here isn't just buying, but it's middle-sized buying of between 40 and a couple hundred. So it's not big buying that comes in and not small buying, but just kind of medium-sized orders. Let's leave it at that. And so twice qualified this as potential. Remember, look at what's obvious and do the opposite when it doesn't work. So when buying comes in, let other people buy it. But if it doesn't go up, other people did buy it. That's why it goes lower. So that was the qualifier into this 90 even and this edge zone. And then after the second time, they've been off to the races. And really, as we closed Europe and now go into the second half of the morning session, and I said this 5 minutes ago, they did their thing to the upside. And now this market's going to explore what's in the 70s and maybe even the overnight low, 74 half, 75 even. But it did its thing, meaning if you look at this chart up in here, it did its thing to the upside. Here's the opens back there. It did its thing to the upside. And as it comes off, you get everybody trying to buy it, looking for a re-rally. When they don't get it, they're on the sorry about that. So the market, just easier chance to go down. This is the open, by the way. Chopped around it, and now it's heading south. So walk yourself through logically when you go and review what happened. What were your thoughts in real time? And then did it come to fruition? And that's what people use me for in this room. What do you think now? Well, what I thought 10 minutes ago has already happened. So what I think now is the moves happen and the open's probably going to be resistance, and they still want to navigate down towards the mid 70s and test the overnight low. Also, just as a real quick micro view, the reason why we've had weakness the last session and a half, cracking through 3,000, is they're repricing, taking U.S.-China trade deal off the table for anything happening in the near future. They were excited that something could happen soon, and that'll be a surprise if it happens soon. So they're continuing into more tariffs, more potential uncertainty from a trade war. The FOMC looks like they are creeping up and maybe doing 50 or a chance of doing 50. So they're going to do 60% chance of a quarter, 40% chance of a half, 0% chance of nothing. That's at July 31's meeting. I just bring that up to remind people if you watched this before that meeting. So remember, it's not the resistance. It's not how great the support or resistance is. It's the qualifier within it. It's context, understanding that like this is a nice support. Well, it didn't work here. Yeah, it didn't work here because it's already worked. It's already had great reaction off of it. Same thing with this guy. Yeah, this would be an okay place to cover if you're already short, but to get long, you better have it work quick because it's already worked in here. After it got drawn across, it's already laid on it and rallied from it. Context. Get more eyes and ears on stuff that matters.